Item number 11, which is to receive the annual report from the Senior Advisory Board.
Through the chair, are you going to have public comment first, or no?
We'll do that right after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Honorable Mayor and council members, my name is Bill Goff. I'm on the Senior Advisory Board. And since they're all here tonight, I'd like to introduce them so people will know who they are. We have Dorothy Carmichael. We have Barbara Lusich. We have Ken Kreisel. And we have one of our specials, Loretta Grew. Where's your hand? Where's your hand, Loretta?
She's trying to
here. And I can't see Elisa because her husband's sitting in the way. And Elisa, now we'll get to the business. The San Bruno Senior Citizens Board provides oversight and coordination of almost everything that happens in the senior center. Almost everything, that is. They offer over 70 classes and programs weekly. They've served 25,000 congregate lunches served every year. More than 1,500 social services referrals helping seniors and their families with personal decisions. That's Susan, who's not here. And at least 8,000 trips of the senior center bus each year, making it possible for community members to access the senior center. In other words, they'll go out and they pick up the people and bring them to the senior center every day. And some of the things that happened in the last year is we've had an increased participation in the health and fitness classes. We've had a lot of extra classes on, like Zumba, which no, I don't think too many in here could handle the Zumba class. To reduce the number of full-time staff, which has made it a little difficult on the rest of us because we have to do a little bit more around here. They've assisted with impacts of the Glenview fire, added new fundraisers, added new classes, and we purchased a wireless phone finally so that when somebody in the other room collapses or they can grab the phone in there and they can bring the phone over to where the person is. Before they had to go over, see what was wrong, run back to the phone, and now they can bring the phone right up to them and they call. If it's a 911 emergency, they can call it right away. And coming up in the next year, or in 2011 and 2012, we'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary of this building, which is really quite something. And we hope to purchase a new senior bus, because the bus we have is getting pretty raunchy, to say the least. And during the past 25 years, the annual participation has gone up over 20,000 people. 20,000 uses, I should say. It's not 20,000, but been used by same people, maybe. Some of them are the same. Anyway, to make a long story short, that's all I've got to say because I'm just one of the members of the board and I don't want to keep saying what a great place this is. So we've brought in just a participant and she's going to go up and say a few words. And that's Jean Edge. Where are you? There you are, Jean. It's all yours.
Thank you.
I've done my share.
I'm a participant. Yes, I am. It's a big honor to be here with everybody tonight. Really, I'm a little excited. And my name is Jean Edge. I started coming to the San Bruno Senior Center about 20-some years ago. And I was looking for something. Everybody comes for a different reason. I was looking for something because my mother was coming to live with me. Unfortunately, when she got here, she had Alzheimer's. So she could not handle the senior center. So I had to handle Mother. And I found a nice daycare center for her. And while she was in daycare, I thought to myself, I better explore the senior center because I needed a break from caregiving. So the first thing, there's so many programs here, and I started out, of course, being the kid. You know, I thought I was still a kid. I decided to join the walking group. And these elders walked 3 miles 3 times a week up a mountain. And I was still smoking. And I'm smoking and going into the woods with them. But I thought, well, I'll leave these gals in the dust. Well, not true. As soon as they hit the trail, they took off. I never saw them again. I never even got to meet them. But there was one lady, she was in her late 80s, and her name was Bruno, and she stayed back because she was afraid I'd get hurt. She was right. Anyway, Verna's now 107, and she's just a marvelous lady, and I guess it's from all that walking. So there are so many programs, and I thought after I ended the exercise, the walking 3 miles, which really got to me after a while, I got involved with the ceramics class. Oh, and so I was really creative, and I started making big cats. I was in the cat business. I gave cats to everyone I knew, and it was really fun and very creative and a wonderful group to be with. The classes here are just great, and they give a new life meaning to everyone that participates in them. They did to me. So one day, by accident, I opened up the back door in the back there, and I came in on a writing group, a writers group, and I was trying to back out quietly before they knew I was there. But the instructor was a guy named Frank Duffy, and he was an old newspaper man. And he said, no, come in. He said, sit down, have a seat, check us out. Come to find out, he got paid by how many seats were full. And so that was 20 years ago. I'm still in the writers group. I have written so many short stories, I could put together a book, and I might just do that. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. So dancing is another form of exercise that I absolutely love. So in my senior years, I've been doing tap dancing, I've done ballroom dancing, I've done line dancing, I've done yoga and Tai Chi, and all the things that I never would do if it wasn't for this center. In fact, for a long time, I used to give my husband, my sweet husband, prepaid ballroom dancing class lessons, and for his birthday, Father's Day, Christmas, you know. You can imagine how thrilled he was. And I've taken Tai Chi and yoga here, as I said. I hate to admit it, but I don't drive that much anymore. I don't like to drive distances, so I don't go downtown, I don't go to the museum, I don't go to the theater. But every so often I'll sign up for one of the tours, groups that leaves from here. They're reasonable, professional drivers, and I don't have to look for a parking place, and I don't have to pay for a parking place, which is an arm and a leg. So I love going out on outings with the group and having fun, and to museums and plays and things like that. And I hear that we're trying to manifest a new bus, perhaps even with seat belts. These drivers are something else. These professional drivers are so good. They risk, well, you know what they risk when you drive downtown. Another great asset to the center is the wellness program. I have my blood checked here. I have cholesterol. Once a year I come for, you know, the big thing. Anyway, one year I was coaxing my husband to come, and he was coaxing me to come here because neither one of us had a doctor. My husband was not crazy about doctors in general, and I don't like to obey anybody, so I don't like doctors that much either. After we took the tests, he strutted back to the back nurse back here, and she looked at my husband and she said, "You have to see a doctor today, sir." So that same day we had to find a doctor. We shuffled out of the place like two old timers, you know, and we found a nice lady doctor. In fact, he's got 3 lady doctors now. He does real well with these lady doctors. That he likes them, and they take good care of us. Did I mention my husband is a doctor? He doesn't like the doctors, though. So for the past year or two, I've stayed for the lunch program, which is very nutritious, very delicious, and for a lot of people, it's the only meal that they get. There's a lot of people that live alone, and they just do not make meals like Gloria makes and the center serves. It's just a beautiful thing, and we're serenaded by this Italian fellow, Vince, who plays what's it? Not the concertina, the accordion, and he sings romantic love songs to us. I mean, really, how good can it get? So, and on Tuesday we have a DJ, and so everybody's rocking and rolling and singing, and these old people, I mean, really old people are singing out loud and dancing, all dancing. In fact, there's this one fellow, he left the floor in a huff. This is a big, tall guy, and he left the dance floor in a huff because they didn't play his particular line dance song. And his girlfriend came up to me and she said, "You really have to forgive him. He's 92, you know." There's another lady here who just got her driver's license renewed, and she was so happy because she passed the test. She's 85 and she got a 5-year extension. I mean, the woman's happy. So my friend Gil had a stroke. He was brought in here with a walker. He could hardly walk, and he could not talk because he was in a coma for 2 months, and he had these things down his windpipes. So his son brought him here and sat him at our table. Now he's dancing, he's exercising, he's taking hiking walks, and we can't stop him from talking. I feel like I have a family at the center, and I've learned there is a graceful and fun and interesting way to live in your senior years. Of course, if there wasn't a place for all this to happen, it would be a very different story. I'm very proud to be a member of the San Bruno Center, and the staff here are the finest workers I've ever met. You know who they are. The volunteers are the greatest, and my experience here at the center has been an invaluable asset in my life and an asset in the county of San Mateo. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you very much, Jean and Bill, and to Randy and his crew, especially Wendy, who is, a pillar here.
Yes.
This place wouldn't be what it is without you. So it's a wonderful place, probably the most popular senior center south of parts of San Francisco. And I know I guess we want to get rid of the old raunchy bus tonight, hopefully. So, no, anyway. Thank you very much.